This eco-friendly bank scammed everyone from DiCaprio to Microsoft's ex-CEO. They claimed to plant 35 million trees and they raised close to $600 million in funding. The little problem is that most of the trees didn't exist and neither did the customers nor the revenue. This is the wild story of Aspiration, one of the most elaborate financial frauds in recent history. First, Aspiration was a digital bank with an environmental spin. They claimed that they were creating this category of sustainability as a service. You'd get a checking account and a debit card that rounded up purchases that would plant trees with the spare change. They also sold carbon credits and offsetting services to companies that wanted to look eco-friendly. And the co-founder Joe Sandberg, who called himself an anti-poverty activist, you really can't make this up, was behind the whole operation. Their slogan was, "Clean rich is the new filthy rich." That line would really come back to bite them in the end. But here's what was really happening. Sandberg created fake customers that never ended up paying anything. He made people and some companies sign these LOIs that made it look like the company had massive demand. And then he would secretly pay those invoices himself through shell companies that he created to fabricate the revenue. And this fake revenue hit $44 million in 2021 alone. Their fossil fuel-free investment fund actually invested in companies like Southwest Airlines and lots of companies in the oil industry. And way back in 2021, Scott Galloway was one of the first people to wave the flag that aspiration isn't what it seems to be. And then things get even crazier. Steve Ballmer, ex-CEO of Microsoft and owner of the Clippers, invests $60 million into Aspiration. And Aspiration signs a $300 million sponsorship deal with the Clippers. Then to make things even more sketch, Aspiration enters into an endorsement deal with Kawhi Leonard, who's a player on the Clippers, for $28 million. Kawhi never ended up doing a single piece of content for them during the deal. So now allegedly, the NBA is investigating Steve Ballmer to see if he used Aspiration to secretly funnel money to Kawhi Leonard to dodge salary cap rules. And with everything going on behind the scenes, Sandberg knew that this was going to fall apart. He was forging financial statements and fabricating audit letters. And in this SEC document about this case, we have this crazy text that he sent to his co-founder. "If you don't get me the money tomorrow, we are all effed. Get me the money." And for good measure, he adds, "I hate you and I hate this company and I don't want to work with you anymore." And finally, in March 2025, the company files for bankruptcy with $170 million in debt. And as for Joe Sandberg, he pled guilty to defrauding investors out of $248 million. He faces up to 20 years in prison. Turns out the most sustainable aspect of Aspiration was the fraud because that lasted for years. I'm Sammy, breaking down the hottest business lore, so follow along for more.